Hello, my dear Facebook friends. Here I am in sunny Waterlow Park yet again. I'm going to quickly show you the view. This is in North London, very near where I live. Just beyond those trees there's some lakes. There's a beautiful country house up on the hill behind me. And this is where I usually come in the afternoon, so it's sunny. I come here to work and do my Zoom calls. Welcome whoever's watching. I just shared the view, so you missed it. If you're just coming on live now, I'm going to show you. This is where I usually come in the afternoons if it's sunny in London to work, because as you know, probably some of you are tired of me telling you, I can now work wherever I want, in the park, at home, wherever I have internet in my phone, I can earn money. And that may sound crazy to some of you, because I keep saying, 3.5 years ago, I was a school principal in a normal job. And then I lost my job. I got into a dispute with the company. It didn't work out for me. I was at a bit of a loss, a loose end. All I knew is that I was so sick and tired of feeling like my life wasn't in my own hands, especially my financial life, and feeling like a puppet. So employers could basically dispose of you whenever they wanted, pay you whatever they wanted, and it was like being a hamster in a wheel. And I know most people in the world feel like that, employees I mean. So it all changed for me 2.5 years ago. I started working with a company where I can now earn money in the largest financial market in the world. I trade, but what I do, and I love even more, is I run a global education franchise. So I went from being a school principal, running an international school where international agents from everywhere, from China, Brazil, Russia, Japan, would charge us 30 to 40% per student. So if, let's say we had an A-level student for £30,000, the agent would get 30%, so they would make £9,000, which we know no one's saying that's not value, because they do a lot of consulting and helping the student to choose the school. So I went from doing that to running a global franchise, but the difference now, the commission is mine. So we don't charge £9,000 commission. We run a global education franchise. We have 250,000 members in 100 countries, and it's growing fast. We're going to have 1 million customers by the end of the year. And my particular franchise that I run, my part of it, we already have over, I think around about 600 members in my particular franchise, all 5 continents. So, that saying Warren Buffett said once, if you're not making money in your sleep, you'll be working to the day you die. Well, in this crazy situation we're in, where the markets have crashed and pension funds are going, I think people don't fully understand the economic impact yet. They think it's about, the 2-meter rule and the crazy wearing of masks and this supposedly, I call it a plandemic. That's not the major impact. The major impact is what are people going to be doing to earn money when the businesses don't come back, when the jobs don't come back, and people are looking at each other thinking, what are we going to do? Because I'm telling you, this is not being alarmist. People are in for a whole lot of financial pain. If they think things are going to get better, wait and see. And this has nothing to do with the virus. This was basically known back in June last year. The major banks, the markets knew about this. Why do you think the price of gold has been going up since June last year? That's 1 year ago. The price of gold was going up and up way before this pandemic, way before. Because the major banks, financial institutions, the markets all knew that basically the world's bust, the financial system's bust, and printing $7 trillion to rescue it is the most absurd thing. People make me laugh. They say, but they're doing a rescue package. Where's the money coming on? Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is a private company, it has shareholders, it's owned by banks. They print the money, which doesn't cost them anything, put it into the system. The government then have to pay that money back. Who pays it back? Taxpayers. It's the best scam ever invented. If you think, I'm not being joking, if you look into what's really going on in the financial system in the world, it's rigged. And the banking families go back to the European banks. The United States was bust. The United States was bankrupt after the revolution. They had to pay a lot of money back to the European banks that funded it. So the banks make money either way. Since the Napoleonic Wars, the Rothschild family have funded both sides. They funded both sides. So they make money either way. So if people are a bit naive, they think all of this is about some virus. Guys, wake up and smell the coffee. I'm not asking you to believe any theories. I'm asking you to look at the facts. The facts are, I won't go into them all right now, but I want you to go and do your own research, because people say, oh, that's a theory. Is it? Go and do some research and have a look at the real impact of this. The real impact. This is, and people say, oh, but there's no vaccine. The flu vaccine doesn't work, right? I want you guys to really do some proper research into this. The biggest impact is economic, people losing their livelihoods. And there's going to be serious, serious unrest. You think the unrest now is bad? Wait till it really kicks off, when people have no money, when pensions are disappearing, when the companies that the government here is saying, you know, they're going to have to pay 30% soon. At the moment, the government are paying 80%, but the companies will have to fork out 30% soon. When that happens, bye-bye companies, bye-bye jobs. I'm not being depressive or alarmist. I'm telling people to wake up. Some people are still living. I see people in this park, you know, having a glass of wine, bottle of wine. I'm not saying anything wrong with drinking wine. I like wine. But they're having a chill out, drinking wine, drinking a beer. They're living in a fantasy world. They're probably watching their television. You know, television tells you the vision. People have been watching TV for donkey's years now. I haven't watched TV for 3 years, because what it does is program. It's no secret. Have a think about it. They call it TV program. Do you get it? TV program. It's programming you. That's the whole point. So I always start these these lives with a really like a positive mindset to share something uplifting, and then I look around this park and I just see these people drinking, and it doesn't bother me the drinking so much. It's just their kind of the numbness of them all. It's like they're numb. They're mentally and emotionally numbed, zoned out by all the BS they're swallowing from the newspapers, the media, the TV. It's just like feeding them garbage. You know, if you feed yourself garbage, if you ate junk food every day, your body would get pretty sick. And if you're feeding your mind garbage, guess what? It's the same thing. And these people just watch garbage every single day. Garbage, garbage, most of them. I hear people commenting, oh, did you see the BBC, what they said? Did you see that program, the reality TV? It's like, it's a crazy situation. Misinformed people panicking about something that's less harmful than the flu. I know a lot of you may disagree with that. I'm sorry if you do, but go and do your research. But actually, I wasn't really wanting to talk about that. I was going to talk about something else. That at 9 p.m. tonight, I want you to all log on. I'm going to send the ID privately. I can't send it. Well, maybe I will send it publicly. I'm going to send an ID to a call we're having at 9 p.m. with a gentleman called Mr. David Iannucci. David Iannucci is the highest earning African American in the world of direct marketing. Now, a lot of people may think, oh, what's direct marketing? You know, what is that? Well, it's about entrepreneurship. A lot of people say, oh, you know, it's a pyramid, it's whatever, but that's because they don't understand. It gets to having an opinion. It is interesting because people have an opinion about things, but they have no idea. I used to be honest. I used to think that direct marketing was a scam. I'm going to lay down, sorry, and do this live, even if people don't like it. So I used to think direct marketing was, you know, that kind of pyramid stuff. But that's because I was ignorant of the facts. There's nothing wrong in being ignorant, but there is something wrong with being stupid. Ignorance is when you just don't know something. Stupidity is when you get told the truth and you still want to argue and say that's not true. So stupidity is very different. So I got involved in this industry nearly 3 years ago, and it changed my life because I finally understood that network marketing or direct marketing is actually a way to help people who don't have any other means of becoming wealthy. They don't come from wealthy families. They're not from, you know, privilege. Anyone can start in network marketing or MLM, direct marketing, whatever you want to call it, and become a millionaire. You may think it's a joke, but I'm well on my way. I started 2.5 years ago. It changed my life. I was so skeptical of this kind of thing. I thought it was nonsense. I was against it. You know, if anyone had told me that my fortune would be made in this industry, I would have laughed when I was a school principal, because my mindset was that of an employee. I had 52 years of stinking thinking until I started studying with Bob Proctor. And then I found out that the reason I wasn't succeeding is not the circumstances, it's not the environment, it's not my boss, it's not the fact I came from a council estate, it's not the fact my dad was a chef or I only got 5 GCSEs. The whole reason that I wasn't achieving what I was, you know, born to achieve in life was because of my thinking. Once I started to change my thinking, my feelings changed, my results started to change, they started to improve, and my life started to change for the better in many ways. People say, I want to improve, I want a better life. I want my life to improve. If you want your life to improve, how about improving yourself first? That might be a good place to start. Everyone says, I want to be a millionaire. Do you have the mindset of a millionaire? If not, you shouldn't expect the money. You know, people think that working hard on its own is enough to become wealthy. It's not. You know, there's a book, it says think and grow rich. Think and grow rich. It doesn't say work hard like a donkey and get rich. It doesn't say that. I don't say you don't have to work, you do, but working hard alone doesn't do it. So at 9 p.m, saying all of that, at 9 p.m, Mr. David Iannucci, the highest earning African American in the world of direct marketing, is having a webinar, what we call a Millionaire Mind, Millionaire Mentorship call with our team. Now, usually this is exclusive. We don't invite people on. It's only for our members. But I'm going to invite you all on because he's been studying with Bob Proctor for 8 years or more. And he is earning conservatively around $1 million a month. You may think, oh, that's greedy. Is it? If you think money is greed, why don't you give all yours away? Just give it all away. You know, become homeless or go and live on a desert island. Money is not greed. Money is a solution to people's problems. That's all it is. Money is a solution. It's a defense. And if you have $1 million a month, you can do a lot of good. If my friend lost his business, which he may do, and I can pay his mortgage indefinitely until he gets back on his feet, that's a good thing. So money is a solution, and he's earning $1 million a month. But what I want you to listen to on the call is not the money. I want you to listen to the kind of person he is. Because people think that wealth from nothing. The guy was, you know, he was 23 years old. He was sleeping on his dad's couch. Absolutely broke. I mean, broke, penniless. I mean, literally hungry. Not just hungry for success, but literally. And he's become wealthy and successful, not because of just working hard, because of the person he's become. And it's partly because he studied with Bob Proctor. He said his thinking changed from his pastor. He studies with a pastor in Houston. And because of Bob Proctor. And my thinking has been changed by studying, funnily enough, the same. First of all, studying with Bob, and now my faith. So I'd love you to come on that call at 9 o'clock. I think it's transformational. I think the information he's going to give you, if you really listen open-mindedly, and you write some notes, and then you take it away and you use it, because knowledge without implementation is useless. People say knowledge is power. It's not. Knowledge implemented is power. So 9 p.m. tonight, Mr. David Iannucci is doing a Zoom call. It's exclusive. It's for our organization. But I'm going to share it because I just want you guys to see exactly what we're doing. Because without the information, you can have an opinion, but it's just an opinion. Anyone can have an opinion. What I want you to do is have information, and then you can make a decision about what we're doing. I'm not even asking you to join. All I'm asking you is to get the information that will allow you to see exactly what we're doing, how we're impacting lives. We already have 250,000 members worldwide. By the end of this year, 1 million. In my particular part of the organization, or should I say our, because it's a team, we already have nearly 600. By the end of the year, 5,000. If you want to know what that means in terms of income, you'll have to DM me, because I'm not making any income claims here. But get on the call. Get on the call. Do yourself a favor. Get some information. We're living in a crazy, crazy situation, a crazy world. And if people don't wake up and get informed, I don't mean this whole woke thing. Woke what? I think these woke people just have, their brains are literally full of cotton wool. They're worrying about issues that are fundamentally not going to determine the future of humanity. The only way you can change people, you know what I find as well? Everyone that wants to change society is very unwilling to change themselves. All these society warriors, oh, we're going to go and protest and take over Seattle. Have a look at them. Would you seriously, imagine you're a mum or dad, would you seriously want one of those marrying your daughter or your son? I'm not being discriminatory, but it's true. It's true. You know, everyone that wants to change the world, what I often find, people that want to change the world are exactly the kind of people you wouldn't want to be in charge of anything, because they're not willing to change themselves. They externalize it. These, protesters and, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to smash this up and destroy. It's much easier to destroy and pull down than it is to create. Creating's hard because it requires thought. And these people are just lazy. They're lazy, destructive, hateful people who just want to bring stuff down. How about trying to build something? How about creating something for humanity, doing something good? Is that too hard? Because the people that want to do that are usually the people who have the most issues. Just have a look. You just need to look at it. They very rarely want to change themselves because that's hard. Changing yourself is not easy. But it's much easier to externalize and say, let's change society. These are the last people you would want in charge of anything. I won't even let them run a children's birthday party. You know, this was meant to be a very, a very inspirational, positive message, but it is. Because if you get on the call at 9 o'clock, you're going to be inspired. You're going to get information that could change your life forever for the better. You may think it's an exaggeration. If you don't believe me, get on the call. I'm going to post a link after this live. Hope you enjoyed this and it's not too offensive to anyone, but I just look at facts. I'm not actually interested in opinions. I'm just interested in facts and people's desire to improve themselves and then help other people improve their lives. I'm not interested in all this kind of let's change society, because these people are dangerous. They've got no idea what they're doing. It's like the blind leading the blind. Have a wonderful rest of the evening and see you on the call. Ciao.